Yo, it's Kat, your girl, Conversations with Kat, episode 4 here. Chronicles of a Widow, episode 4. So we've gone through, years of 1, 2, and 3. Now we're up into year 4. So I know some of y'all I'm hoping y'all listen to episode 4 and you're like, wow. Or so let me say, go back, episode 3. Episode 3 was pretty heavy. And it took a lot for me to even reveal the things I did in episode 3. Yeah, a lot. Because I was worried. What would people say? What would people think? And of course you get the, oh my gosh, why you didn't tell me? Who actually, let me say this. A person that's serious, and I've heard this from my therapist too. A person who's serious about committing suicide, they don't warn anybody. They don't tell anybody. A person who's serious about that, they just do it. And then people found out later, oh my gosh, I didn't know they needed help. I didn't know I should reach out. So when the question was asked to me, why you didn't say nothing? Let's really think about that question. Why would I? Because, and again, that therapist told me, people who say, oh my gosh, I'm going to kill myself, they not serious. They reaching out for attention. A person actually goes through and carries it out or attempts to, they don't tell anybody because they're really in a dark place and they just want to get out of that place. And for them, that's the last resort. For me, that was like a last resort. But like I said, I'm still here. God was like, no, you got some more work to do. No, I'm not going to let you go out like that. And then, like I said, my therapist said, your kids are already traumatized by their dad passing suddenly. You're going to traumatize them against this, you taking your own life, because then they're going to question themselves. So it made me question myself. Why would I put my kids through that? So that thought has not crossed my mind again. Let me be clear. The thought of attempting to take my own life has not crossed this mind again. For multiple reasons. I don't want to traumatize my kids. That's 1. 2, I could traumatize people who are connected to me. 3, I definitely know there is more for me to do, more work for me to do, more people I should reach, just more in general. And when I say more reaching of not just people I know, but people I don't know yet that I will meet. So let me be clear. You don't have to worry about the suicide anymore. Don't even worry. We're not even focused on that anymore. That was then. So now we're in year 4. Year 4 is it's not heavy. Year 4 had me being purposeful. Year 4, I changed my mindset. Now, mind you, I hope y'all go back after y'all listen to this Chronicles of a Widow. Go back and listen to some of my other episodes where I talk to teachers. I've talked to married couples. I've talked to pastors. So go back and check that out. Because even after this series, I'm coming back for more. And I just want to put a plug right there. If you want to be on my podcast, let your girl know. I got y'all. I feel like everybody has a voice. Everybody has something to say, and you don't know who you're affecting or who you're reaching. So if you want to be on this podcast, trust me, I have a whole list of topics I want to address. So be on the lookout for that. But back to year 4. That is when I purposely decided there is a purpose. That is when I really start going and reading more my Bible more. Praying even more. I had stopped praying on a regular basis. It was sporadic. And now, from year 4 up until now, I've become a regular prayer. Not just in the morning, because my mornings is my meditation. Randomly, I'm going to pray. Because it's my faith and prayer that really has got me here today. So let's go to year 4. Some things happen in year 4. I made the decision to become a part of a sorority. Now, I hear some people say, oh, I can't do sorority. Like they say, oh, I can't do OS. That's too many women. I can't do sorority. That's too many women. To each his own. To each his own. So I had a sisterhood in OES. I wanted more of a sisterhood. And that's why I made a decision to join a sorority. Now, that process in itself tested me and my patience. Not the sisterhood part, just my patience. Because now I've met a whole nother array of personalities. And it tested me to say, oof, I don't know. But I carried it out. Also in year 4, I changed jobs. I went from one place to another place. I went from UT to Baylor. While people thought, oh, because I've been at UT for years. Oh, she's going to retire from UT. In my mind, that was the plan. But the department, the program I worked with, didn't align with me anymore. I felt like they didn't appreciate me, and it became a picking at me. It hurt me to leave because I honestly thought UT was. I landed at UT again years ago. I'm gonna be here for a minute. I'm gonna be here till I retire. I got TRS, like I'm vested. But when you start working with people who have their own agenda, and they start being against you, and those who you thought had your back, let me just say this. All leadership don't have your back. All leadership are not going to say, I'm going to defend you to the end, or I'm going to take care of you. All leadership is not like that. Even if you thought it, it's not. What hurt me about leaving UT and going to Baylor, and let me not just say because it's Baylor. Baylor's a great place too. But what hurt me is this is the same department that when T passed, I didn't even stop working during that period. I maybe didn't work a day. And then the next day I'm doing a whole bunch of work. Like I literally did. And I think that's another part of I didn't grieve because I kept working. And for those who are in the residency world, October, that's when people are applying to the program and it's interview season. And I kept working. I thought, let me show you my loyalty. Let me show you how committed I am. I'm going to keep working. Never, not one time did anybody in leadership say, we got it. We'll take care of it. Take care of you. Take care of the affairs. Go ahead and grieve. And I was in the psychiatry department. Isn't that ironic? And I never got the proper support that I should have gotten. But because I'm that worker, that one that I'm going to work and work, that when I left UT to go to Baylor, that taught me a life lesson in that transition. Because if I tell you they were picking, it was at the point I knew, and that's when I talk about my faith. God brought it to me and said, wow, it's time for you to move. It's time to get out of there because they coming. And when I say that they were, and I know now after the fact, they were building the case. Because I wasn't the, yes ma'am, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to always say, what does the policy say? Let's check with the higher to be's, higher ups. They didn't like that. Or if I'm defending somebody who they come down on, what's the policy? Or I don't think you should address that like that. So I had to get ghost. Get ghost. And I went to Baylor. Now, let me say this. Financially, I took a hit. And here we come back about managing money. But I took a hit going from UT to Baylor, a pay cut. Significant pay cut. Whew. But if I tell you, when you have faith and you believe, baby, that thing came together. It was tight. Oh, now let me tell you, it was tight, but it came together. And I love the fact that my location is not far from the last location at UT I worked with. So it wasn't like I was adding more miles to my commute, literally across the street. Thank you, goodness. So transitioning to a new job became challenging because as I was transitioning to a new job, I started the process of becoming part of a sorority. So doing that and new job, it was a struggle. trying to balance because there were things I needed to do for the sorority. So I was missing things for work. And when I say not daytime, I'm talking about evening time. Or I was needing to study and it was a struggle, but I did it. And when I tell you I completed that process, amazing, amazing. Glad I went through it, because going through that also showed me, because somebody said, oh, at this age, are you sure you want to do that? Only young people do that when you're an undergrad. Ma'am, sir, there's such thing as graduate chapter, and there's a graduate chapter for a reason. And in my opinion, and this is what I've seen and being part of, graduate chapter, they do more of the business, more community service. And that's what I like, the business and community service. So grad was perfect for me. Couldn't do undergrad. I was a mom trying to work and go to school. That wasn't finna happen. So yeah. So the year 4 for me was, I call it the purpose and discovery year. Purpose and discovery. I purposely decided what I was going to do for me. Purposely decided I have a bigger place. I have a bigger, what's the word I want to use? Purpose. There's more I need to do. There's more I should do. And then discovery. I already told you at the end of episode 3, I discovered who I am. Catherine Rachelle Jones Reed March. We discussed that. But I also discovered I'm pretty strong. I also discovered I'm stubborn. Now, I know Terrence used to say this all the time, y'all, but I really discovered I am stubborn. I am hard-headed. And when I say hard-headed, because a lot of times I want to do things my way. I want to see things my way. Just stubborn. And hard-headed is, yeah, you're going to tell me go left, but I think I can go right and end up back at left. Hard-headed when I could have just followed this plan. So I end up having to make a plan for my life. And when I say make a plan, actually writing it down. This is what I'm going to do by this date. These are goals and life plans. This is what I want to have accomplished by this date. This is what I want to have accomplished by this date. This is what I want to do by this date. This is what I will have done, or this is what I plan. Like purposely writing it down, had a journal, everything. Purposely started meditating every day. And people think, oh, meditation. Waking up in the morning, not just hit the floor, let's get the rocking and moving. Let me focus, center myself. What is this day going to bring? What do I want this day to bring? How am I going to handle conflict today? Like I purposely, in my mind, every day, told myself that. Every day. Every day. And I think that's a number of reasons. Of course, my faith and belief put me to the place where suicide is no longer an option. It's not even on the table. But being able to center yourself every day and night and make a plan for yourself each day, because you are going to reach conflict. There is going to be conflict throughout the day. Somewhere. If it's driving, work, on the phone with somebody, conflict is going to happen at some point. So having the ability to center myself every morning really helped me. And so, again, year 4 is also the year I decided I should celebrate myself. I did a whole birthday photo shoot. Totally out the norm. And again, it bothered me a little bit because, of course, Terrence was a photographer. He was the photographer. But deciding to do a photo shoot and my husband is not the photographer, that was fun. Deciding just to do the photo shoot was a struggle too. Because I was thinking, and again, I had gained so much weight that I was thinking, oh, that's not going to look good. But if I tell you them pictures came out amazing, and these are not your regular, because I don't know, some of y'all follow me on Facebook. I did not post these pictures. I put something on my TikTok, so y'all can probably go see TikTok. But I didn't put it on Facebook or Instagram. But it was something I did way out of character because, again, I'm rediscovering myself. It was way out of character for me to do this photo shoot, but I did it. And the end result was phenomenal. It made me look at myself a different way because I'm thinking to myself, and again, we talked about the dating, but I'm thinking, don't nobody want me. Ain't nobody checking for me. I'm not cute. I'm not attractive. Like, these are the things going through my mind because I'm thinking, why am I not in a relationship? I'm a relationship girl. I'm a wife girl. Like, girlfriend? I ain't been a girlfriend in years. So to be in this place and not be in a relationship, because all I know is relationship, had me questioning me. Am I attractive? Am I cute? Am I pretty? Like, what am I not doing? But then I circle back around to that goals and plans and being purposeful. That wasn't one of the things I put on my list for this year. So we're going to back up. If it happened, it happened. But it's not something I'm going to look for. I'm not purposely looking at any guy thinking, oh, that's a potential relationship. Oh, ooh, we look good together. Oh, I wonder if he... Because when I tell you, people say there's pee in the dating pool. So I purposely decided we're not going to date on purpose. We're not going to do that. We're going to focus on what we wrote down, what we planned, what are we intentionally, what is this about? So I did that photo shoot, and again, I looked phenomenal. I even shocked myself. And let me say, I don't wear makeup. So when I went to the photo shoot, they put on the whole face. They fixed, I had braids at the time. They fixed my braid. Like, it was great. The photographer was great. She gave great direction. And when I put those pictures out for my birthday, and I did this for my 49th, right? And then also this was the year I decided I'm going to celebrate my birthday because I hadn't celebrated my birthday since then. Like, people tell you have a birthday. I'm like, oh, okay, we can go eat dinner. But to purposely celebrate a birthday, and like I told y'all before, birthdays were our thing. That was me and T thing. Because that's my day. That's the day I was born. Forget a Christmas, some other. Celebrate me on this day. And I celebrated me that year. I think that was the first year I wanted to celebrate me. And then we went out. Enjoyed myself. Yeah. Enjoyed my birthday. Shocker. So, again, this episode is not going to be long because year 4 was just me being intentional, purposeful. I joined a sorority. So glad I did. Another batch of sisters, another sisterhood. Changed jobs. Realized that, and let me say this, companies don't have to be faithful to you. And I'm going to put this out there. HR is not for you. I don't care what nobody say. You know, it's human resource. Human resources for the company, not for you. Period. So if you are in a situation at work and you're like, oh, let me go to HR, just know, and I don't want you setting yourself up. Because I did go to HR when some situations were occurring and I was feeling a certain kind of way. That didn't get me anywhere. That's why I made sure about the dip. And I dipped. While going to Baylor was a great decision. Like I said, I took a hit financially. And I look back and I'm like, dang, how did I do that? How did I still maintain? How do I not miss a meal? Not miss anything? Got Trinity finished college, had a college, graduation party. TJ finished high school. Had a whole shindig, took him out to eat. He went on a cruise that year for graduation. Like, I made all these things happen. And it is amazing that I could do that. But I did it. And I am so proud of me. One thing I do miss about not being in a relationship. So let's talk about relationship. I want to be in a relationship. Like year 4, I really thought in year 4, I would be in a relationship. Probably on my way to be engaged. Like, in my mind, that's what I was thinking. Let me say, this is before I became purposeful with my goals and decisions. I thought by this particular time, I would have been with somebody for a period of time. We've made these life plans. We've set out to decide what we're going to do with our life. We're going to be in a relationship. If I tell you that none of that happened, none of that. And I was trying, there was one particular person I was talking to, and I was trying to push it. And one morning I was meditating. This is after the photo shoot, after I saw how good I look in the pictures. I told myself, what are you forcing? And I looked back at my relationship with T. Did you force that? Look how that happened. So I was like, what am I doing? I'm not going to force nothing. If it happens, happens. If this person wants to pursue and make something more, let them pursue and make it more. But I was not going to force it to happen. And again, this was one of my mornings of trying to center myself, because I think I had a rough night. I'd had a rough night because I hadn't been sleeping for a period of time, and I didn't know why. And yeah, purpose. I said I'm not forcing. Also in year 4, I took control of my health. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, grief weight. So when Terrence passed, I didn't eat for a period of time. Just didn't. Then it's like, people say, you need to eat. So I started eating. And dang, I didn't stop eating. Kept eating. And picked up them 35 pounds. Whew. I picked up that weight. So in year 4, I became purposeful in my health journey as well. Wasn't sleeping. This weight was getting ridiculous. I went to the doctor. She ran all, you got to do your blood work, assessment, all this kind of stuff. And I was saying I need to lose weight. I was letting her know about being a widow, because this was a new doctor. Told her everything. She said, let's come up with a plan. Came up with a plan. One, their blood work showed I'm anemic and lacking in vitamin D. Blood count was low, a lot was going on. Their blood work revealed a lot. A1C, ridiculous numbers. 2, I'm in full menopause. And then 3, this weight got to go. So she said, okay, let's monitor you for 30 days. Because mind you, I am still active. Rewind. In year 4 also, I became a volleyball coach at a community college. So back to that purposeful intention. Loved the sport. Did it for years at the YMCA. Wow. I did for years at YMCA. I even had a director's position at YMCA for a little while. But again, that became a hiccup during that UT time too. I had to let that go because I'm trying to focus on this job, and we see where they got me. So started coaching at a community college. Great things happened in year 4. Everything started looking up. I was my life felt like it was coming back together. And I was like, oh, I think I like this. This is pretty good. It was a good feeling. Kids good, everything rolling. So again, took control of the health. She was like, well, we're going to, monitor you for 30 days. So I did the whole journaling what I'm eating, journaling about exercising. And again, exercising meaning I was going to the gym and I was coaching. So I'm doing stuff in practice. Went back. She was like, I don't know. So she said, let's try something else. Put me on the semaglutide. Started with Zepbound. First month, sick. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this. But she told me, roll it, just go with it. The sickness, the nausea is gonna go away. Month 2, felt much better. By month 3, I was dropping that appetite changed. I was dropping that weight. Dropping it. And I was like, oh. And I didn't think I was. The certain clothes I was putting on, I was like, oh, that fit different. I started feeling better. Of course, I got a bad knee. That knee that wasn't hurting as much. I was able to have a little bit more energy. I was on different vitamins. So now all of my certain numbers that's high came down. Certain numbers that was low came up. I took control and became purposeful. That was my word for year 4, purposeful. Purposeful in my goals, purposeful in employment, purposeful in my health. Purpose was my word for year 4. I wonder if I should put a word for each year. But year 4 is purpose. I feel like year 4 was a transition year between me being at my lowest and me rising. Now, I don't think anybody can ever be at the highest. I think we always have a goal to reach high. But that year 4 was that transition of accepting and being purposeful. Yeah. I didn't cry as much in year 4 either. I just thought about that. Like, that year 1 was so much, again, year 1 was so much first, cried. Year 2 and 3, so depressed, cried. Year 4, I cried on his birthday, which is September 23rd. I cried at Thanksgiving because that was one of the holidays he loved because, again, he loved to cook. Year 4, I cried on Valentine's because he always gave me flowers for Valentine's, always. And had it delivered, which always. And then Father's Day. So in year 4, it was very specific date, times I cried. I didn't just cry, there was one time I cried at Home Depot. Yeah, I had to go to Home Depot. And this is when I talk about when you're single and you're a homeowner. I don't know if I talked about that, but being a single homeowner and stuff breaks in your house, it's not like an apartment when you call maintenance and say, hey, this don't work. I couldn't find something in Home Depot and I just started bawling in the middle of I just cried. And I was like I was boohoo crying. This nice worker came, he's my, ma'am, are you okay? Do you need help? I don't know. He's my, okay, let's take a deep breath. He kind of calmed me down. And was like, what is it that you're needing? And I told him, and he's like, okay, come with me. And I got it. So I think that was one of the one times that I just cried out of nowhere. Because in Home Depot, you're like, what's my man supposed to do? He's supposed to go to the Home Depot, get whatever we need, or I'm supposed to go with him, get whatever I need to fix whatever the house. But to have to do it myself, by myself, I had a moment. So like I said, there were specific times I cried, and that was one of out of the blue cries. But I didn't cry as much as in year 4. Still got the widow's fog, forgetting stuff, literally. I would walk in the room. Why did I come here? Or go in the room and do something like, what was I doing if I came here? That widow's fog is for real. But yeah, year 4. I'm hoping year 4 puts a smile on a lot of people's face because that year 2 and 3 left, I got comments, DMs, text messages. Year 4 really had people in a funk. Or let me not say funk. It really had people concerned. So I hope when y'all hear year 4 is the brighter side. Year 4 is the brighter side. Purposeful, it's the brighter side. So when y'all listen, as you're listening to year 4, just know that was a different time. Just know I'm in a better place mentally. And again, I'm still in therapy. I didn't go to therapy as much in year 4. Because at one point, I stopped therapy. I started back up. I didn't go as often as I should. But I did go. And I think that's where, between my faith and praying and meditating and therapists, it made year 4 a better year. It made it for a better year. So yeah, year 5 is next. And year 5 is going to bring you up to current to today. So year 4 is like last year. So year 5 is going to bring you current to what's happening today. I'm going to give y'all all the details on what I'm feeling, how I'm feeling, what's going on in the world of Kathy's world. I'm sorry, Catherine, Rachel, Jones, Reed, March. So that's what year 5 is going to bring you, let you know some things and stuff coming. But yeah, Conversations with Kat, Chronicles of a Widow. This was year 4. It's looking up and it was bright.